guys.
Yes.
Both. Are you just walking up to the manor? Are you doing?
No.
We're gonna try to check out what it looks like.
Okay.
See what the guards are like.
Yeah, we'll pretend to take a stroll.
Yes.
Pose as a married couple.
Ew, no.
Just for the purposes of sneaking around the
I
house.
don't know if that's illegal in Kraghammer.
How about we pose as brother and sister, creepy?
So what? Wow. You ladies hop on the flying carpet?
Yes.
The fellowship has
So as you guys are discussing this,
wait, you're stealing a flying carpet?
Two ladies leap on the flying carpet.
We're just checking it out. We're coming back. We're coming back. Just wait 10 goddamn minutes.
They shout as they disappear into the darkness below the cavern.
If you turn into something big enough that it can carry me, I hop on your back, and then we throw something at it, and then fly away.
While you guys are having this conversation, because you're talking to each other, the
we were talking really quietly.
The thing in the corner kind of rouses, and then shoots up out of sudden fear movement, looking about. You see, dressed in rags. You guys are seeing this for the first time, but it's familiar. Smooth head, purplish and blue in color, a series of tentacles in its mouth, a giant scar drawn across one of its eyes, and it looks filthy, and it looks desperate. And just and looks at the two of you, and you hear a sudden voice in your minds.
Oh,
no movement, just conversation. Say,
Who are you?
She gave it back. She gave it back.
A lot of reasons. No, she wore it.
No, she gave it back.
she put the chainmail on. She gave you the leather.
Two very easy
Give
reasons.
it.
Either you didn't
That's
want them to
between
be
you
found,
and
or
her.
you did.
I'm not taking armor off of her.
Please, can I have that armor?
She's holding it in her hands. Certainly.
Thanks. I go put it on. I don't know what it is. It's magic though. So.
It's whatever
I
armor
guess
you
we'll be
gave
on
her.
the second.
That was in the.
Wait, my armor?
Yeah.
That's my armor.
Yeah. I
The
took it from
armor
her.
that you gave for her to put on Emberhold because she had nothing
I
on.
gave it to him. He gave it to her.
And I'm
You're
taking
taking it. Hold on a
Too
second.
late. It's already on, brother.
No.
Let's
I
just
don't
keep
think
moving,
so.
all right?
Take
Let's
back.
just keep moving.
take
I think we need to roll a brother-sister contest
No,
die.
I should just
I grab her by the ear and say, "That's mine. That's mine.
Come on, I
That's
need
mine."
it.
Sibling
Squeezing her
fight.
earlobe really hard.
Roll.
Yeah, you two roll. Go for it.
Shit. It's mine. It's mine.
Sibling justice.
Just persuasion versus persuasion. Is this what this was?
Yeah, sure.
They played arm punch until one day.
20 points of damage.
20 points of damage.
Take it.
All right. You want to do this?
How much for the loss?
And if we buy in bulk, what can you bring it down to?
If you buy all three,
1,000 each?
I'm sorry, you've already been given the discount via Gilmore. That price stands as it is. If you buy in bulk, let's say you buy the 3 remaining items, I'll give you, let's say, 1,200 apiece. And even that I'll probably get in trouble for, but he seems to like you.
1,200 apiece. Yes?
Yeah, we'll take that.
You know, we're taking care of a problem for you, too.
Oh, here it goes. Here it goes.
Get it, girl.
Son of a-
Holiest place on
Yes. The holiest place.
Haggle with the
Shaking
Pope.
down
What
Haggle
you're
with the Pope.
inquiring
Shaking down the
about
pope.
Religion's and
is a
choice,
monetary
a lot of money.
reward
I was just wondering.
for your raid.
I'm not asking.
The temple can provide a sum of 3,000 gold pieces
Per party member. Yes?
entirely. 3,000 gold pieces for your trouble on this journey. Which Kima says forward and says, Highbearer, we do not need to take
we
money
don't
from
want
the...
money, of course not.
I drive it into his temple.
Roll for second attack.
Go on.
15.
15. The second one brings back and parries it to the side.
From the stands, I
See, like,
from the
I
stands.
lift up my shirt and I say, I love you, girl!
Oh my God! It's her tits! It's her tits!
Don't distract!
I'm not here.
through the fury of your
I'm not
raid,
here. She just showed her tits. That's inspiring.
at this moment, if that were to distract Grog, I'm afraid Grog would drop his rage.
Yeah, dog.
Never mind! I put my shirt back
However,
on.
Gonna get you the book and says, well, look,
We have reason to believe they may have been trying to fix and or rig their bets on the recent bout out here in the Crucible. That is a very serious offense here in the
I
Brave
can
Realms.
imagine it would be, yes.
However, I don't want to deal with the processing and the time takes. So if these are indeed your charges and you're willing to fill out some paperwork and pay the fines right now, we'll relinquish them to you.
Well, what's the fine? How much is the fine?
Who are you?
Oh, hi.
He's my lawyer.
I'm Burt Reynolds, Esquire.
Right.
I'm an attorney at large. I represent all manner of
An attorney at small.
escaped mental
An attorney at
patients.
small.
I mean, he's a gnome.
Make a deception check.
20.
Well, very well. Small Reynolds, sir.
If you would like us to fill out paperwork, I have about 2 reams of paperwork for you to fill out to release them to us
Yes.
as well. And also, there will be court costs involved. Oh boy. And
court
triplicate,
costs
you'll have to get your
extravagant.
supervisor to fill out this one, and I will need this one, and I will need this one as well.
500 gold's fine and we'll release them to you, all right? Is
500
that
gold.
fine?
That's fine. And they'll still get to collect their winnings from the pit.
I don't care what they're going to do. Just take them from me.
That's good. Great, thank you, sir. You know what? I can make this paperwork disappear. This is fine.
Yes,
500.
actually, for a small... Never mind.
Nope.
Let it go. Let it go.
I love how you
Let it
noped.
go.
Here you go.
You
I
noped
noped
yourself.
myself on that one.
Nope.
Oh, why didn't I get more points in that?
Roll high. Come on.
Thank you for the inspiration die.
I say with advantage because Trinket's your.
Right?
You know, Trinket's been your companion for so long.
Do it.
Natural 20!
Which is close to what you needed because it's a very difficult feat. Over the week, you've worked with Trinket and you've worked in a technique where, as instead of a multi-attack, Trinket can do what's essentially a trample attack, meaning Trinket can roll forward and roll through anything that's equal to or smaller and damage everything in that path.
Circus bear, circus bear.
That's awesome.
So yeah, so we'll go over the logistics of that some other time, but the Trinket has now learned a roly-poly trample attack.
Should we call it the roly-poly or the cannonball?
That's your call.
Well, yeah, it's your call.
I think.
It's your call. Call what you want. I'm just saying.
Roly-poly's cute. Cannonball is.
I think I like cannonball because that's better to shout during a battle.
The Trinket cannonball.
Roly-poly!
And I'd say as you turn the corner, that'll get you about there. And you can see now there is Seeker Asum and Lord Briarwood both kind of standing over what looks to be a small cluster of cloth. The source of the dread kind of takes over.
I scream, and can I attack?
You can, yeah. That was
Yes,
your
I
movement.
did.
Yeah.
Okay, if I did something that did 5 feet of that did 10 feet. I gotta look at this. Yeah, 10 feet. If I hit Lady Briarwood, would that hit my brother or would that just hit
With her?
Bastard Briarwood?
No, that would just hit her. Oh, within 10 feet, it would hit Seeker and Silas. Yeah.
Fuck it, I'm doing it.
Oh, Jesus.
Lightning arrow right at her face.
Don't miss.
Okay. Go for it. Roll for it.
Don't miss.
That's right.
Oh well, that's hard to tell.
That's
kind of wedged.
Yeah, that's on
Alright.
its
a
own.
weirdo roll.
Natural 20!
Yes!
That comes through your veins in an attempt of vengeance at what apparently seems to be your twin brother at death's door. You pull the arrow from the back of your quiver as you feel like the energy gather from the atmosphere around you. While the energy itself is like a blue crackling energy, you just see it as bright, vibrant, crimson red, and you release it with a scream towards Lady Briarwood. Go ahead and roll damage on that.
And what do I do? Times 2 because of.
Yes, times 2.
So she was 32
32, alrighty.
damage on her, and then everybody within 10 feet
Takes.
has to make a deck save.
Oh, shit.
Alright. So, well, he doesn't
Not
get
him?
No, that's not him.
That's
He's
you,
not
you're
in
fine.
it.
So it would be.
Thank God.
Alright, so.
And Hunter's marked her.
Right, so she does additional damage. Go ahead.
Fuck 1.
1, okay. That's
Every
fine.
little bit counts.
So, the lightning hits her. It shocks her, and you see the pain come through. But for the sheer force that should have been, it seems almost like it wasn't quite as impactful as it should have been.
Electricity.
Just got some sort of magic resist or something. Electricity.
However, both. Let's see.
Some sort of energy
Yeah, there's
resist.
a 2. Lord Briarwood and Seeker Osum both fail, so they both take the additional damage.
Oh, good. Then 2d8 for them. 9. And then times 2 because it was critical? 18.
Sure, I'll.
Haggling.
Then do I get another attack though? Yes?
You do?
Okay, then I'm gonna attack her through my blazing bowstring.
Yes!
Natural 20 again! Inspired by my brother!
They stop for a second, kind of looking you over, and give a nod.
Oh, excuse me.
Those crazy eyes.
My papa sent me to send a present, a gift of sorts to a Sir Kyrian. We're just looking to see where we can deliver the gift.
Make a deception check.
Scanlan's forte. Come on.
29.
Blink, blink.
They both kind of stop and
Give good urchin.
the man kind of gives her a look like trying to usher her along, kind of pulling her arm, and she goes, "No, honey, it's just a child." Walks up and kind of leans forward and says, "If you're looking for Zerkarian, you'll find him in the extravagant abode to the southeast of the city."
The one right over there.
No. And kind of gives you a side look for a second and say, "You don't want to go find the Countess there. If you're looking for Zerkarian, you go to the southeast. Look for the brick building. That's where he stays, near the farming area south of. You're not from here, are you?
No,
we're new to town.
She's blind.
Well, just do what he says. Don't question. All right?
Okay. I just need to bring him this sack of presents because my papa will whip me pretty bad.
TMI.
Then perhaps you could do that quickly.
Oh, you're so pretty and clean.
She kind of gives blushes for a second. It's like, you stay safe, and kind of like brushes the hair out of your eyes for a second, and kind of pinches your cheek a little bit, and there's a look of sadness in her eyes, almost like what horrible fate befalls this child. He's not
I
careful.
smack him on the back of the head.
Grandmama,
and
I'm
say,
sorry.
Let's go,
I'm
boy. Keep up.
She recoils. And
I'm her seeing eye boy.
make another perception check.
I go upstairs and I get Percy up against a wall. I turn around and slam against a wall.
Okay.
This is sexy.
27.
And I look him straight in the eye.
And kiss him.
And I say,
Stop encouraging.
"Are you all right?"
I think so.
Look me in the eye, Percy.
I feel cruel, but in control. This is controllable at the moment.
All right. I'm insight checking him.
Go for it. Roll insight.
Shit, just shit. 10.
10.
John Cena.
Give me your what's your charisma modifier?
My charisma modifier is 2.
Okay. He's hard to read right now. His focus is divided amongst your intensity and trying to answer your question. There is this kind of the pause in his throat isn't because he's thinking; it's because he grasps the words to describe it. But there is a quiver to it, and you can see his hands are still shaking a little bit. And as you look down at his hands, you also see the smoke is still kind of slowly swirling his ankle.
I'm fine for now. I'll let you know if you'll know if I'm not.
I will.
Yes.
Your knee, your brother got up and rushed off. He seems okay, and he's like, kind of taking a breath for himself.
I look up at Percy, who's covered in smoke, and I grab his hand, and I say, "Percival, how are you?"
His head slowly turns towards you, the mask still on. You can see his eyes just barely through the glistening circular glass slots where he looks through. The smoke still kind of billowing out from underneath it. The head slowly turns towards you.
Fine.
Darling, take the mask off.
Excellent.
I was going to buy you something, but then I realized sometimes Old is better than new.
It's an old person.
Vox Machina's favorite.
Kill it.
Kill it.
Already dead.
Schrodinger's old person.
Do you know what that is?
Oh.
As you open the package, you see before you a familiar belt of leather with a coiled snake on the buckle.
How did you get that?
I've got ways.
It was in Uriel's palace, wasn't it?
I'm a really good winker, if you haven't noticed.
Did you wink somebody for that?
Busted out the wing.
You slutty little thing.
Hello, Simon.
Oh no, it's just a real snake. It's biting you.
Revenge achieved!
I am too embarrassed to look her in the eye. And stare for a moment, but then finally, still not looking at her because she's fucking freaking me out, pull her into a hug and say, I love you, Stubby. I'm never gonna leave your side. I'm always gonna be there. You can always be a pain in the ass like you are. I love you. Always have, always will. Thank you.
Thank you. And then I slap him across the face.
The fuck was that for?
I love you too.
Right, I dispel it.
How about a limerick as payment, Scanlan?
A limerick for you.
For you.
You're going to give me a limerick?
Give you a limerick.
Oh.
Hold on. I've been preparing it.
She's multi-classing a third time.
Have you heard tale of Scanlan the Bard? Or Burt Reynolds, if you look at his card? Always tries to get laid. Sometimes with ladies he made. But I still respect him, because rhyming is hard.
Oh! Oh!
That was excellent.
Firestorm of the night.
Where's the extinguisher?
I will give you a D6 inspiration dice for that.
Wait, me or her?
Her.
Books, a little bit pricier, but there is one tome that seems to talk specifically about the history of the Raven Queen's rise here in the city, and if you would like to possibly take this book for a price, that is up to you.
Somebody watching me at the moment?
Have I rejoined her?
No, you guys are doing this
Are we
separately.
just
So this-
perusing a bookstore, or?
Essentially, right now it's a small place, but there are two employees, and it's not very busy at all. You're the only person in the room, so they're both just
I
quietly
sit
watching
down
from
on
a
the
distance.
ground and start reading through the book.
Barnes and Noble style?
Barnes and Noble style.
Okay.
And see if I can find information.
Well, about 30 seconds into that, one of the employees comes up and goes, excuse me, miss.
Hi!
If you are going to, I would ask if you would wish to read this to purchase it, as that is our business. We are not an open place to just
I thought
utilize
this
the
was a
information.
library.
It's a book sale collection. Please, if you're going to read it, please purchase the book or
Of course.
leave.
Well, can I just check and make sure that it's actually got any information that I need? Because if it doesn't, then I don't want to buy it. You understand?
You may peruse for but a moment. If you do not
Thank
find an essence of what you're seeking at that time, I would have to ask you to leave.
All right, of course, yes. Are you just going to stand there and watch me peruse then?
Yes.
Well, I just start looking for what I need.
In the brief time that you have going through, you manage to glean. There is a chapter that speaks of the divergence. It speaks of the last large struggle that happened in the center of civilization. This was the second battle before the gods themselves fully rescinded from the land itself. And the Raven Queen did have a number of chosen champions as part of this endeavor, and that's as far as you get before he goes, all right, so you've had a bit of time.
I just don't know. I can't really tell if it actually has.
There is a tag on the book that says 30 gold.
Interesting. What's
30
the back?
gold.
30 gold.
That's 30 gold. 30 gold. It's so dusty, though. I mean, is that even worth it if it's this dusty? 30 gold. Does it have spells in it?
He reaches out and grabs the book and says, if you're not a serious collector, I'm sorry, then it seems that we've...
Oh.
He's just pulling it and
No,
tugging
no,
on it.
I hold on to it. Well, I know people that, care about dirty old books. So, I guess, I might be willing to purchase it for them, but they usually like things in mint condition when they buy their antiques. This has damaged spine. I see it in yellowing of the pages. And it seems like somebody's bookmarked this one.
Wasn't
Yes,
kept
I
in
see
its
there's a bookmark
neoprene
right there.
sleeve.
Slams the book shut as you're cruising through the pages.
Dang it.
It's like, 30 gold, or I will ask you to leave.
Oh, this is the worst haggling ever.
Get out your buyer's guide.
What's your name?
Just kill him. After Mama's family is.
Make a persuasion check.
Oh, good grief. Scanlan could poop 30
18.
gold.
18.
We have robbed cadavers.
As far as you're concerned right now, my name is No Sale.
Wow.
The book back.
Do you need some help?
I feel hurt. And I pull out 30 gold and I say, I suppose I'll buy it.
Takes the gold, hands you the tome.
Oh!
Damn it!
Okay.
Okay. I want to talk to you. Yeah. I would ask my brother, but knowing him, he would walk away. What happened?
Keyleth has a hard time looking her in the eye.
Look at me, Keyleth. Be strong. You're royalty. Tell me what happened.
Vex'ahlia, I don't want to ever see you like that again. I don't want to ever see anybody like that again.
I grab both sides of her face and force her to look at me. I'm all right. I'm still here. Okay? I need you to tell me what happened. Because between us, Vax is off. Something's wrong. And I need to know what it is.
We all watched you die.
Yes?
It's like,
How did I get back? Who brought me back? Shaw? Zara? My brother? Anyone else?
I guess you could say probably an unseen entity, an unseen force. Oh, I'm lightheaded.
Sit down.
Okay.
There's a bed. Sit down.
Percy.
Percy helped.
Let's skip that. When we brought you back, Kashaw performed a resurrection ritual.
Like we did with Pike.
Yes.
Yes.
And he called upon a deity, and at first he was afraid that it was Vesh, which he was quite terrified about.
His wife.
Yes.
Yes.
But that, I don't believe, is the presence that answered his call.
Okay.
And
Fluttery words here, darling. Get to the point.
I thought I was gonna lose you both. I thought I was gonna lose you and Vex.
Why Vax? Did he get hurt as well? No. What did he do?
I don't know. I don't know what he did. He said to take him instead, is what he told the entity. He offered his life for yours. And my biggest fear was that neither of you were gonna come back. He offered his life for you. And for all we know, that offer was accepted.
Right.
If I had to guess, it was probably the Raven Queen herself.
Well, it's rather suiting, isn't it?
Seems to do that quite a lot.
Yes. Keyleth? Thank you, dear. And I leave. Well, I open my door and find my brother falling through it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm awake.
Oh, good morning.
Hi.
Comfortable bed, I see.
Yeah. Sorry, I couldn't find my room.
Yeah, it's confusing.
I couldn't find my room.
All these
What time is it?
doors. I have no idea. My nature check tells me it's roughly, I don't know, 8, 9, something like that. 7, maybe 7.
You shithead. Come on. Don't fucking do that again.
It's not like I didn't.
Fucking do that again, alright? Just don't fucking do it again.
Fuck. I can't breathe. You're about to kill me again.
You'll live, you'll live, you'll live. Jesus. Whoever that is.
So, I heard rumor that you sort of saved my life in a really creepy sort of way. I talk to people. I talk to so many people. I find out things. Secrets aren't safe.
Are you talking to Grog?
When Vex is around.
Is there any coffee in this fucking castle?
Wait, I have a present for you because I feel like you're gonna really like it. Would you like it?
That's random, alright.
I have this armor that I think would be really great on you. Do you want it? It's really expensive. If you don't take it quickly, I might change my mind.
I don't want it.
Oh, that was expensive card stock.
Give you your leather armor after I have a chance to change.
Okay.
To shove the flying broom into the bag of holding.
Okay, roll sleight of hand.
Whoa! Yeah, girl.
Am I allowed to roll a perception?
Yes, you can.
Come on, Vex. Come on, sister. Come on.
18.
Get it.
16.
Plus...
No.
No, total 16?
16 plus 1, yeah.
Yeah. As you're kind of dealing with this, you have no notice of this. I mean, you may question it later if you like, but you have no idea where it went and didn't see any of this transaction happen.
Yeah, I know.
Oh no! Oh no!
What? What is it?
Your broom fell in the lava!
What?
I saw it!
I just
saw
turned
it.
around for
I
a
tried
moment.
to give it back to you and it fell in the lava!
Are you sure?
Yeah!
You shouldn't have looked at
make a
me when I
deception
cast my
check.
spell! This is why I never looked at you before! I was wrong to doubt you! No! Now you're a constant source of disappointment!
18?
Where's
Okay.
my fucking broom?
Make an insight check now.
Insight. 13.
13. She's telling the truth, man. That broom just went straight in the lava.
I don't remember how I said it
You're gonna have to
before.
remember that now.
Better write that down.
Why didn't I choose something more fun to say?
Welcome to D&D. As the words emit from your mouth, the broom takes off, and you have to kind of aim it a bit. You start going around in circles, slowly rising up towards the roof of the room.
50 feet high.
Yay, this is awesome! I'm really high!
I instruct the band to start playing Flight of the Bumblebee.
Oh my gosh! Can I take my hands off?
You do, and you start going. Oh, oh, oh. Go ahead and make a dexterity check.
Oh my god. I probably should have been lower to the ground when I said that. Okay, that's fine. Oh, I'm still exhausted!
Yep.
Oh shit.
20.
That's fine. You're fine. A really bad roll might have had a circumstance, but you managed to catch yourself on the broom in time, and okay, you're getting the hang of it.
All right.
It's still not something you're used to, but it's
Can I
functional.
point it down towards the ground and get lower?
You do, and you take a few minutes to figure out the pitch and wah of it, and it basically it's less of a directional flight more than it is a combination of how you hold the front of the broom and concentrate on its direction. But nevertheless, a few moments pass, and you get the hang of it.
Oh my god. This is the best day of my
You
entire
look
life.
great up there.
Thank you. Thank you.
But you should not have stolen that.
I know, it's
He
terrible.
was our
How
friend.
How
He helped
bad of
us.
a person am I? I'm a horrible person.
He called. We should do something to repay the debt.
Well, I tried. I was going to give him a lot of dragon scales and he wandered away. I mean,
We can't
what can
possibly
we do?
find him now.
Well, how do I help him? Because I feel
If
terrible.
we can't help him, you're going to have to help someone else
To make up for it?
make up for the lost karma.
I will help as many people as I can while I'm flying through the air.
Perhaps I will pick someone for you to help someday. To repay us both.
I think that's a deal, Scanlan.
All right. I will mark that down.
What, you like a hag now? I sit on it and I open the door and I fly through the doorway.
She drifts.
And I'm gonna go down and I'm gonna hit his hand with the Pokeball.
We're doing
You're gonna scoot by here.
Doing
Yeah.
Okay.
He's at like a 4. I'm above. I want to be high up in the air, but just low enough that I can reach down and touch the locket to Grog's hand.
Okay, it's a good thing
upraised.
Kevdak is paralyzed,
Yeah,
otherwise he'd be
I
able
know,
to
I
take an
know.
attack on you. This will put you in range for their strikes, so you're gonna have to stay in place or move past and suffer 5 attacks of opportunity.
Wait, all of them can attack, but I'm in the air.
For you to get low enough to hand them that, they all have like big double greatswords, and they're half of them are half giants. So you can do this as you swish up. Which you've already said you're gonna do. You fly up and you reach down
With the
you-
locket and I hit.
with the locket. You hand over to him. Do
I
you
don't hand it to him.
Okay, you just hold it there.
I'm putting Grog in the fucking locket.
Oh,
She's trying to medevac me.
Yeah.
I misunderstood what you were trying to do. All right, so
I just want to fly by and boom. And
what's
keep,
it say again?
It's a wisdom save, but if it's a willing person, they can go in.
Yeah. So, Grog, you willing?
No.
Yes.
And with that, as you reach down and touch Grog with it, you see Grog's form shimmer for a second into dark shadow and then vanish inside.
And I just want to fly on past and go up to the next roof.
Okay, so Grog is currently off the table as he's locked inside the gauntlet.
Should I go? Where should I go?
Where are you going? Because
Into-
as you rush away, you do get
I'm gonna fly back. I'm gonna fly back into the.
into
I'm
the
gonna fly around the back of the big building.
back here. You mean?
Yeah.
Okay. We'll say, for the purposes of this, you are back here.
Okay.
All right. However, as you fly off from doing this, all of them swing wide at you. That's 5 attacks of opportunity against you. That's 20. That is 17.
It did?
Yeah.
You get what'd you give me?
Yeah, she handed out before we
Oh, that's
walked
right.
out.
She gave me a blessing.
8. Well, it's 8. You have 15 extra hit points. That's what it is.
Oh, okay.
I thought it was the armor class goes up 1.
I got 15 extra hit points.
Yeah, 8 just gives you guys more extra points. So anyway,
Oh.
17?
Doesn't hit.
Doesn't hit. All right, so 3 more attacks. That was cocked. 19.
It's my armor class.
All right, 26.
Fuck balls, shit.
And
mother bitch.
19 again. So 4 attacks hit you.
Okay.
First one is for 14 points of slashing damage.
Okay.
Next one. Ooh, that's
12 points of slashing damage.
Okay.
Doubled?
Stop it. Don't be helpful.
9 for another 13 points of slashing damage.
Damn it.
And the last one, it's going to be 15 points of slashing damage.
Great, cool, great.
Still
I just am fine, and I'm just gonna keep going.
You streak off as all these blades just hammer into your side, cutting the bottom of your feet.
Okay.
One of them hits you in the back of the neck and curves across your lower back. And as you pull away, clutching it, you look at your hand with the blood pooling in the middle of your palm. And you look at the gem with just a faint glimmer of what looks like a form of a human inside the gem that's currently mingling with all the blood that's just smeared across your body. As all of a sudden, you coast around through the air, the wind whirling past you, and you spin around towards the top of the Margrave's estate, and you can just hear the blood in your body in your ears as you start getting a little dizzy and realizing just how rough you are at the moment from that exchange. All right, that ends there. Top of the round. Vex, you're up.
Okay.
As you're standing there now, bleeding profusely, holding the necklace that holds Grog. What are you doing?
I'm gonna fly over right above Kevdak.
Mm-hmm.
Like a good 50 feet.
Yeah, it's 50. All right.
All right. I'm gonna Pokeball Grog right out so he can attack straight out of the gate, just like I cannonballed Trinket.
And I am willing.
All right.
Plus 10 is 34. Plus Hunter's Mark is another 4.
All right, it's 38.
38 on that attack.
38 points of damage on the dragon slaying arrow.
And then my third attack, I'm gonna use the blazing bowstring.
Okay.
Queen, yes.
Just so you guys are aware, there's over 100 points of damage in one
Yes, yes.
I'm understand sketching me.
everything. Do you cast the spell?
Yeah.
And Trinket kind of turns to you.
Do you understand me?
Yes.
I hug him so hard. Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh!
You kind of grab, and I don't think Trinket doesn't seem to realize any sort of difference. Trinket.
But you understand me all the time.
Yes.
Oh, darling! But now I understand you, and it's wonderful.
Okay.
Okay, quick question. Do you mind being in my necklace, or does it bother you? What's it like? Is it terrible? Because I don't want to do it if you hate it.
It's a little lonely, but
Oh no! It's lonely.
I haven't been in there very long.
No, you haven't. Okay, well that's good. Well, I basically just wanted to say that I love you.
I give her a thumbs up.
I love you too, Vex'ahlia.
I start crying.
Big lick outside your face and kind of nudges his head against you.
Oh, this is the best spell ever. I can't believe it.
Smaller source of movement in the grass, no more than maybe 30 feet off from where the rest of your party is currently walking.
Can I fly down near it?
Yeah. You swoop down, and you catch overview of that, and you can see what appears to be a small humanoid that is kind of curling through the grass line. Looks human. Big, thick, curled beard, very, very coarse, dark hair. A muscled torso, stocky but strong. Would appear to be, what appears to be a light blue vest that kind of covering that part of the torso. Most of the buttons missing, and the bottom of it kind of tattered and worn. The hindquarters themselves are fur and come into cloven hoofs, and you can see a small pair of horns hooking off the back of the head. This individual is kind of skulking through the grass, carrying what looks to be a small book and a long quill in a hand. And is like occasionally leaping up over the grass line, landing, and then drawing something in the book.
Does he
And
see
then
me?
Leaping over the grass, he does not see you at the moment, no. You're overhead.
I want to float down kind of above him on the broom and like lay down on the broom and say, "What you drawn?"
As soon as you come down and whisper, the tome slams shut. The figure stands up straight, slowly turns the eyes towards you, and you can see kind of the dark and ruddy skin, the kind of sun touched nose and cheeks, just a darker, more leather texture to them, but the eyes are piercing ice blue as he looks back into yours. Nothing.
Nothing at all.
Just taking notes.
On those people up there?
Yes.
Oh, interesting.
Because why not?
Why not? You know, you probably could get a better view of them if you were riding on this broom.
You see, it's... If you're worried, it's not me you need to worry about. It's him. And points past your shoulder.
I'm not looking. I'm not falling for that. Nope. Can I insight check him and see?
Make an insight check, yeah.
I love this place.
I'm not falling for that. I love this. 16.
16?
Oh.
He seems like a slippery person in general, though he is caught off guard and right now is in self-preservation mode. It's hard to really gauge if he's telling the truth or not.
I'm not going to bite you.
I don't. I'm not a biter. I'm not a biter.
You're not a biter either.
I'm not the biter. And this Aaron starts backing up towards the grass.
Can I fly down and grab his wrist?
Sure.
And then fly up.
You grab his wrist and fly up. I need you to go ahead and make a grapple check. So go ahead and make an athletics.
Oh, okay.
I love all of this.
Oh, man.
I love it.
Athletics or oh great.
Rodeo that
15?
fucking satyr.
He pulls away, and as your hand grabs his wrist, he attempts to slip his hand up. Fingers just pull through from your grasp as you double over your other hand and grab him by the elbow. And you lift up and pull him out of the grass field, now dangling his little feet in the middle of the air. As he's being dragged up, the quill gets dropped, and he kind of looks forward, and the book is tumbling out of his hand. He grabs the book and just kind of clutches at himself. What are you doing?
Now I spin around and see if there's anything behind me.
There is nothing visible.
Nicely sneaky little fuck.
Is still up cleaning out your garments, you said, right? And Pike, you went to bed, but you're waking up early, correct?
Yes.
Yeah, so essentially it's just Vex who's awake.
Vex!
Yes?
Little shit put a charm on me. I felt it wear off about 45 minutes ago.
Before we made the deal with him.
Yes, around the time we made it.
Percy, I made the deal because you said it was fine.
Well,
It's fine, you didn't know. Well,
at least we know that he definitely can't be trusted.
it's our own stupid fault. We knew we weren't supposed to trust anything here.
I know. We've got to make sure that Pike doesn't give him back his whistle just yet, and we have to figure out a way.
Why did you want to fix his whistle? You just liked him.
He was so nice.
You just liked
he was just so nice.
Damn it, I thought you knew something we didn't know. I really thought you did.
I did. It's sadly what I knew is he's a little shit. I just didn't know till about half an hour ago. I hate magic.
Hindsight sucks.
I hate magic.
Percy.
Word.
Change of subject. Would you say I look put together? Well off? With this armor?
In what sense?
Well, you come from money, right?
Yes.
Right, so, do I look like I come from money?
Does she look like she comes from money?
That's entirely up to your opinion. You know the attire she wears. You've traveled with her. It's based on what you want to base that judgment on, whether it be just pure looks, the person inside. It's whatever Percival thinks she would be in his eyes.
She's naked in the house.
Honestly, dear, you're too happy to look like you come from money.
I don't believe that.
No, it's a sure sign of it. It's just an abject misery. Believe me, I can speak to it. You look too much like you, and you don't look enough like something you're supposed to be. If you feel the urge to deeply bullshit, I'd be happy to help you. It's not hard.
No?
No. It is easy to pretend you come from money.
Well...
You just have to be a bit of a shit and wear what everybody else is wearing. Does this have something to do with that city? It does, doesn't it? Who's there?
Well, you know, everyone. We were judged growing up. I don't look forward to seeing that again.
Well,
it's not important.
I disagree. I think, dear, I think that if you're worried about them knowing whether or not you've made your money and made your fortune, I don't think that's going to be the thing to earn their respect. I think you're better off, A, with the company that you keep, and B, with the fact that you're probably just better than most of them. I've known a lot of people with money, and they are definitely not worth you. And besides, if they have something nice that makes you feel inferior, we can just take it.
I like the way you think.
Well, and then they're just, you know, shit without anything, and then you're you with their stuff.
Thank you, Percy.
You're welcome. I know it doesn't really help, but...
Will you stay at my side when we're there?
Yes, yes. And, the outfit works. Don't change it. Keep the hat.
All right. Good night.
Good night. Sleep well.
We'll sort out this, charmed mess in the morning.
I'm sorry for my part in it.
And comes back, this time with kind of pushing Valor from the back, and Valor kind of walks up, pouting with her arms crossed, holding her little owl bear under her arm.
Come here, come here.
She runs up and gives you a big hug. It's like, are you leaving?
Yeah, just for a little bit, though.
You just got here.
I know. Listen, do me a favor. Keep scraping up those knees, will you? You crawl anywhere you want in this city. The higher, the better. And listen to your parents some of the time. But not all the time.
I can already do that.
Oh, and
She gives you a little kiss in the cheek, and then runs, as you say, and runs up and puts her arms around you and kind of almost pushes you back. She's bigger than you remember, and it's...
She is. I pull out one of my owlbear feathers that I picked up with Zara, and I tuck it behind her ear.
Oh, what's this?
It's an owlbear feather. I know.
She steps back down and looks at her little plushie and...
You keep that behind your ear and you wear your necklace, and you never forget that Vex and Vax love you very, very much, dear.
Listen to us. You are not our half-sister. You are our sister.
She runs up and hugs you both, one in each arm, and then steps back down.
Thank you. Come back soon, please.
Of course. Come visit me and my barrenness.
She runs back to her mom's side and looks up at her mom and goes, "Pooh."
You sweet, broken Vex'ahlia, unwanted daughter, unproven ally, selfish and cruel. You drive those whom you would call family into danger, and death for your own gain. I understand you. There's a softness and sadness to the face as he takes one step in your direction. You are lost without form. without knowing who you are, child. You stand shattered by expectation, presenting an illusion of confidence. Behind it, you never left that bloodied girl, dagger in hand, body at your feet. You are a killer, run as you may. The tears you cry are not in vain, my sweet. My dear Vex'ahlia, you can rise above your trembling destiny. I have lived 1,000 years and a day. I have seen many things. I can grant many gifts.
Still pretending to like this fuck?
Nope.
I don't want anything you offer.
You mistake. My intent is not to hurt, but to understand. I see lots of my youth in you. We are not as different as you may think. You have things I do not. Companionship. I have been without for so very long. And the ones I've let in have hurt me so very deeply.
His eyes actually cast away for you a second, and he steps back into place. It almost seems to his confident form withdraws into this almost hanging, sad position.
You've been betrayed.
We all have in some degree, yes.
Is that why you are what you are now?
I don't even remember. I just know that I'm alone and she left me there.
She? Who is she?
Memories have faded. I just want someone to understand me. That's all. Can you understand me?
Some. I understand.
Is there trust in you?
His form steps forward once more, his head tilted, looking at you curiously.
You want to be loved?
I wish a bond, a companion once more. Would you embrace me? Embrace your rebirth. I could give you so much.
Vex'ahlia.
Give you the means to protect them. Your home.
What would you ask in return?
Your heart.
My heart is someone else's. And I pull my bow.
He withdraws a moment. The tendrils whip out again and it's connecting to his back. And he's pulled aloft, back, further in.
All I ask is one who knows my pain. What is your answer?
I release the arrow.
Roll an attack.
We sit down in front of him.
His eyes
Be
are still closed.
pleased.
Be pleased.
Be pleased.
Be pleased. His eyes open, and you can see his eyes are snowblind. They are just clouded over with what I've heard appear to be terrible cataracts or something else that is causing total blindness, but he just kind of stares past you as he opens his eyes.
So, you wish to be read, then?
Yes?
Yes.
Yes.
I've called for my services.
He won't know what you put in his hand.
What?
You're not there.
I'm not there.
He will know. He's a fortune teller, for Christ's sake.
5 plumbing
Hugging.
washers.
Should I put 5 or 15 for each of us?
5 for the moment.
5.
He knows there's 3 of us.
Places it into a small, looks like a side pouch. Across his head.
What do you wish to be read for?
Takes the cards and begins shuffling.
We search for a garment. We search for a man.
And his way of shuffling cards is interesting. It's supposed to be the usual, like, double shuffle. He picks up the deck in one hand and kind of splits it, and then shuffles it together, turns it around, splits it, and then shuffles it together on each side. It's this weird kind of almost like Boy with the Crystal and Labyrinth, but with a card deck. It's wild. As he just stays still looking forward past all of you.
And we search for answers towards the future that we inevitably run to.
Shuffling stops and he grabs the deck.
You search for a garment.
He takes 2 cards out and throws them across the center of the blanket. You guys can step back and take a look. One of them appears to have what looks to be a fire or a camp flame with smoke pouring up out of it. And the other one appears to have what looks to be a storm, a torrent of water.
This garment you seek. It looks to be in motion, moving. If you seek this garment here, may haste take you. Your second question.
What were you saying?
We search for a man.
With one eye.
Well, I didn't say that far.
Oh, shit.
A merchant warrior missing.
We don't. Yeah, we don't. He doesn't need that. He's fine.
What did you say?
We search for a man.
Pulls up 2 more cards and throws them, and they land almost exactly in the same place as the other 2 cards that he tossed before. He kind of scoot to a stop. One card appears to be mostly blank, except for it carries what looks to be some sort of a stylized symbol or letter that you don't recognize. And the other one appears to be it looks to be a hand of cards stuffed within a pile of coin.
You seek this man. Yet, it is not a man you seek. To where the luck brings you, the answers lie.
He puts out his hand.
5 more. 5 more.
And the third question.
Can I insight check him as he's reading the cards?
Yeah.
See if his face twitches at all, if it looks like he's making shit up.
Go for it.
$21?
Oh, the whisper.
Snap. Here it comes.
So many whispers. How are the Cowboys doing, Travis? I can tell you how they're doing.
That's not good.
Sounds like a sad man right
Yeah,
there.
that does.
Wait, let's consult the cards. That's the third question.
Nobody playing right now.
Oh yeah, sure.
The cards say the Cowboys aren't.
Hey, maybe you and me should go to a game sometime.
I would love to.
Okay, and the third question.
We move towards a conflict. What should we know? What should we be prepared for?
Pulls the 2 cards forward, throws them down, landing
once again, almost precisely on the same space as the last two tosses. They slide to a stop. One of them shows what looks to be a chasm cracking in the earth. And another appears to show what looks like a singular sunken skull. The path needs to change, historic. But many will fall, as the transition is to take. Take your time wisely, for the hourglass runs quickly.
I have no questions.
Is this all of your questions?
Will do, yes.
Kind of bows his head ever so slowly towards you. Then be pleased. He takes the cards and shoves them back into the deck, writes them into a perfect square with one quick move of his hand, and places them back in front, puts his hands back on his knees, and closes his eyes and puts his head down. There's a pause, and he reaches over and grabs what looks to be a small, partially eaten apple and
I, as quietly as possible, put another 5 gold in front of him.
Aww.
Mr. Ring stops and he swallows. Reaches out, kind of patting around it, finds the gold coins, puts them in the pocket.
You ask for one more question. What do you inquire?
Did I make the right choice?
2 cards land across the carpet before you. One of them shows upon it, looks to be 2 hands joining, and the other one shows a symbol of a sun rising over a mountain range.
You've made many choices, but the one you speak of brings unity and a new dawn.
Okay, so the 2 of you using the broom.
Yes.
It only has space on it for 1.
I'm gonna hang.
Okay, so Percy's hanging from underneath.
Yeah.
As you fly up a few hundred feet.
Hold tight, Percy.
Holding. I've locked my gauntlet.
I'm holding on to one of his wrists.
And I'm watching
as I'm flying.
in case I need to.
You guys watch them just vanish in darker spot as they get high up into the sky. Percy.
Go ahead.
Just go ahead and make a wisdom saving.
All right.
Yeah, seriously.
You have not been this high before.
I love it.
And the sheer perspective here and the fact that you have very little affixing you to this broom, we're going to see if you can overcome this singular human fear of...
I love a good panic attack.
Percy, you're totally fine.
No, I'm not.
No.
I can reroll a saving throw, can I?
Can you do that?
Yeah, you can as a fighter, yeah.
Can reroll a saving throw because I'm going to pretend that number didn't happen.
Indomitable Will, this is a perfect use for it, actually.
And I'm going to do it again. I have 1 more, so I'm going to just blow them all.
Okay, I'll let you do that.
Better fight that vertigo. Fight it.
What were the first
Okay,
two?
I'll tell you what. Because I had to blow all of those, we can say I threw up a little.
It's just like, let's go there. I don't know. That's wisdom. It's 19.
19. You feel the quivering on the broom as Percy's hands are beginning to shake, and you can see the fingers themselves having to constantly kind of flutter. As you look down and about to ask if he's okay, you just watch as this spray of
I throw up too, just because anytime.
This was a very poor decision.
Oh my god.
Vax, you watch up as you see just the gentle rains.
Yeah, have we gone forward or have we just gone straight up?
Gone straight up in an arc.
Okay, so we're not going to hit them.
This yarfing from the top of the road.
No, but
It
I'm
evaporates on the
sorry.
way down.
Excuse me, but this is poetic justice if I have ever. That is beautiful.
This has been the metaphor game. This is just a metaphor for our entire existence.
Yeah, some poor folks in Uncle Hell right now are just gonna have a really bad.
Yeah, I was gonna say I do a little gust cantrip
But I am
over
gonna
top of
keep-
us to keep from getting splattered.
I'm gonna keep my hand on your wrist.
All right,
Percy.
I'm just not going to look down. I'm going to look ahead. I'm good.
Okay, so he directs you vaguely where it may have landed.
Okay.
I need you to go ahead and make a perception check.
Okay.
Yeah. She's good at that. That's your jam.
I'm gonna try this fancy little dice here.
If you roll crazy high.
Nope.
Shut up.
No, that's a 7, right?
This is a 1, and
that's a
I'm
1.
gonna blame it on Matt Abernathy.
Oh.
Thanks for that opal dice.
Always good to blame.
Wait, is it the opal dice again?
What the fuck? What the
fuck?
Give me opal dice
All
in
right,
it.
all right. They've been doing okay for
but
me.
That's okay. That's okay.
You don't count.
I rolled
You're you.
We love you, Abernathy. Don't listen to her.
13 perception.
But you rolled a natural 1.
1. Automatic failure.
automatic
Sorry,
failure.
Charlie.
Damn it.
As he begins telling you about the wind trajectory and the direction of its travel and the general the hypotenuse of it goes in this long series of various
I zone in and I notice that I accidentally puked a little bit on Percy's head.
And like you're just
And
looking
it
at the
just
one little bit of his
completely
hair.
distracts me.
You're just focusing on the one little bit of hair, the little clump
That's
right there.
got a
that still
tiny
has
bit
little-
of puke on the top of his head, and I feel so bad. I just can't focus on what you're
So
telling me.
because of that, it should be, have we done about 350? Have we done 300? Where are we at right
Percy,
now? Like
I'm
80, 80, 90 feet ahead. 90 feet ahead?
And I
100?
throw up again because it's just so gross to see.
This time, thankfully, you have the mind to kind of pull out of the way a little bit.
But that day in Singhorn was one of the best moments of my life. And not because of what you think. It wasn't because of my father or the title. It was because of Whitestone. It was because of you. You allowed me to be a part of the thing that you hold dearest. And I was so proud. But I don't want to be here if you're not. Whitestone still needs you, darling. I still need you here. And I lean down and I kiss him. And I say, I should have told you. It's yours.
Persuasion roll.
Natural 20!
I trust you.
Okay.
Okay.
5 on the first.
25 damage. All right, and the second hit.
The second is also 27.
How do you want to do this?
That bloody chip if I don't, so sure.
How are you? After dying.
I'm trying really hard not to think about it, actually. I don't know, honestly. There hasn't been a lot of time to process.
No, there hasn't. It's a lot in a few days.
I would say it would be nice to be going home, except I know we're going home too. So there's going to be no relief.
No, not for a while, I don't think.
That creature hanging around.
Yes.
Yeah, death was not pleasant.
No.
It was,
I have to tell you something.
all right.
Do you know what Fenthris means?
I don't, actually.
It comes from the Elvish Woods. I'm surprised. Growth and protection.
I would have eventually looked it up, just because it's the sort of terribly boring thing I will do.
It's kind of odd that Sonder had it for so long, since he was quite the opposite of that, don't you think?
I tend to think that many people tend to exalt the exact opposite of what they are.
Yes. I don't know, I think he focused for so long on the betrayal of his love, on all of the horrible things within himself that caused that he became the physical embodiment of it. And I think he was trying to do the same thing to me. I mean, even though I refused him, I could feel those seeds being planted. Self-doubt and loathing echoing in my mind every night. Reliving every wrong that people have done to me and everything I've done.
I've recently, I will say before death, had a bit of an epiphany. And have been trying, not always succeeding, but trying not to dwell on such things.
That's actually what I wanted to talk to you about. In the fight with Ripley.
Yes.
Your last words to her were, "I forgive you."
Yes.
It was such a surprise.
Yes.
I pull out Fenthirist and I show him what I've carved onto it. It's Sineath. Do you know that word?
How common is that word?
You know the word.
I would know the word.
It's forgive.
Oh.
I carved this on Fenthirist because that's the key, isn't it? It's the only way to really grow.
I think so. I'm trying. It's the only thing I've tried that's made any sense so far. And it felt very liberating. It felt good. It felt perfect. And it wasn't about her, and it was just about me. Honestly, that was really the thing that I noticed was I didn't say it to make her feel better. I didn't say it to give her any peace. And I came to that feeling before running into her. I didn't know if it would be true when I saw her, but I feel like so much of my energy had been such a waste. Yes. And worse than a waste, had been twisted in the wrong direction. And it's too late for a lot of things. There are things I cannot take back and things that I have done that will forever be terrible.
Percy.
But that's not the point, though, I suppose.
It isn't.
And
Whoever that boy was that created those things, that suffered such horrors that he felt they were justified. You have to forgive him too. Because everything you've suffered and endured and created in that time has made you into the person that you are now. And you have a brilliant mind. And any darkness that might cloud your vision on occasion, the fact that you found it within yourself to forgive her means that it will never overtake you.
Thank you. I would like to think we're all better than we think we are. Except maybe your brother. I think he's just a mess.
He's terrible, isn't he? Just the worst.
Is he in here?
Maybe. He's probably hiding somewhere.
Shouldn't have given him that ring. Thank you. I know I have to forgive myself. I'm not quite there yet, but I can see a path. And I like where we are and what we're doing. And I think that we're the right people in the right place in the right time.
I agree. And this engraving is a reminder that every time I attack, it's not out of vengeance.
I would be horrified if you were taking yourself too seriously.
Never. Did you see the bear that I carved on the tree? It was quite lovely.
It was quite lovely. I don't know if the tree is quite as happy with it, but I was quite impressed.
Thank you.
Thank you.
That's all.
What room are we in, out of curiosity, by the way?
There's no room. We're in the woods.
Oh, no room, we're in the woods?
Mm-hmm.
All right. And as I walk away, I walk up, I kiss her. So we'll talk later. And I walk away.
I set off
before the meeting. Yeah. I
to
go
find
too.
Kashaw and Vex.
All right. Asking around quickly, he is back in the room where he's been staying in Whitestone. You go back to his door. It's closed.
Cash?
Nothing.
Are you sleeping?
No.
Break down the door.
Yeah, no.
Cash.
I'm gonna jiggle the lock. Is it locked?
It's not locked.
I open it. Just
Okay.
a crack and look in.
Okay.
I hope you're not naked.
As you open it up, there's no light on the inside, but the light that does come in as you kind of slowly open the door. You can see he's halfway out of his armor and is passed out, like on his back on the bed, like he's, just like one arm out, just snoring loudly, like he was too tired to make it all the way, and just.
Should we let him sleep, or should we talk to him?
I don't know.
He snores.
Wow.
You know, my brother doesn't snore.
No, I know.
Ew.
No, I mean I don't.
No,
not
just,
that I.
just never
Don't worry
mind.
about
I love you, Travis.
I thought I'd be the one to fuck up.
Do I have any, like, stones, any like rocks or anything in my bag?
Wait,
maybe
you're
like
gonna
some-
throw a rock at him?
Yeah, just to see if he wakes up.
We can't just poke him. That seems so weird.
You're an archer. You can.
I've got. Well, I don't want to kill him.
You could put it
Why
up
don't
his
we
nose
just
if you
tap
wanted
on his
It's true.
shoulder?
I'll sneak in, tap his shoulder, come back out, see if he wakes up.
Oh, that's not
I
a bad
don't want
idea.
him to know that that we're here.
we did that.
Yeah.
Sure. I'll stand on
can
the outside and
okay.
look unsuspecting.
I want to sneak in and just tickle his little foot and then walk out.
Oh,
Really
well,
fast.
he still has his boots on.
Shit.
It's more of like his upper torso. He got partway out and then passed out.
I tickle his hand.
Okay, so you go
Yeah.
over and tickle his hand.
Tickle his hand and then go back really fast to the doorway.
Okay. You tickle his hand. No response.
Fucking. I flick his nose.
As soon as you flick his nose and you start to back away, there's a blur of motion. And suddenly he comes leaping out of the bed, grabs over and grabs his spear. His hand reaches for nothing in the air and slings it forward in your direction, just bypassing your face by a few inches. And he looks still halfway, going.
Oh, Cash. Oh, hi. Fancy meeting you here. Shit.
Yeah, it's my room.
I keep doing that. I keep doing that.
It's awkward.
Oh.
Hi.
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 Oh my
He throws his
gosh,
spear
you're
to the
awake.
side.
Oh, good. I was wondering if.
Yeah, I hope we didn't. I hope you weren't sleeping.
I hope I wasn't either. Sure. All right. I'm glad you're here because
Yeah.
it took me a long ass time to get here. And he kind of sits up in the bed and, or he sits down back on the bed and reaches over and pulls up one of his packs and brings out a couple of rolls. Just, okay, so I talked to Vanessa.
Yeah.
I got 2 contracts here that we can take up for this.
Okay.
I've got one here, and he pulls it out. He's like, this is for 2 indigenous creatures to the region we were talking about over by on Wildmount. One is a purple worm matron.
Ooh, that sounds big.
Supposedly.
Mm.
Shit's dangerous.
Yeah.
Careful. This one is for storm giant. This one's a little harder to get a hold of, apparently. They tend to...
They're so
live
hard to
up
get. You
there,
know what? We
but-
should probably focus on the other one.
Mm-hmm.
Unless Vorgor's already dead.
Yeah, wouldn't that be crazy?
That would be crazy.
If he
and then-
just was
What do we do with his contracts if he is?
Yeah.
Just wondering about that.
Get out of my room.
Cash.
Just get out.
Cash.
Get out of my room.
Look.
Your help has been
Not
Out
overlooked at all.
Of
We should
my
probably
room.
go.
We should probably go.
Do you want these back?
Out
Do
of
you
my
want...
room.
I'm just gonna set them down
Out
on
of
the
my
ground.
You know, we
I'm
could.
out.
Get out of my room.
By the way, you might want to get like a mouth guard or something because you snore a little. You know.
You leave him in silence and darkness. Out of my room!
Keyleth, we should go.
Okay. We'll see you later.
Keyleth,
What?
come here.
Okay.
And I take her around a corner.
Cash?
No! God, no!
What? Percival?
Now?
Percival?
Did I miss something?
No. What? Percy? Yeah.
18.
Hits. His armor class isn't very high. He's a little mage dude.
Yeah.
18, and the other one definitely hits 20.
Yeah. So both still hit with disadvantage. No. And you get sneak
And I
attack.
hunter's mark him because he's a fucking dick.
Get
him.
You do get sneak attack on the first hit because Kima is adjacent to him.
Well, all right. 18. Where's my dice?
28 on the first hit.
20 on the first hit. Nice.
That was the bro, dude.
He made a mistake.
Sided with the devil, my dude.
He made a mistake. Whoa.
17 on the second hit.
17 on the second hit?
Yeah.
How do you want to do
Hello, who is it?
Terrible. It's me. I have something to show you.
Percy?
No, I'm an evil green dragon.
Are you
let me
here for our later talk?
in. No, this is a very... Open the door, I have something to show you.
Fine. I open the door, completely naked.
Oh!
What was it, dear?
It's a power play. I love it.
I don't remember, but it was mostly to head in this direction. Can I come in?
Sure, of course. Would you like to talk before or after?
I open the bag. I pull out the first bottle. This is called Die Hard. I pull out the second one. This we simply call Courage. I pull out the third one. This is a snow mead. I put it, and this is green tier whiskey.
Drink the Courage one now.
We're going to start with the Courage. And not talk about dragons. And I run in and shut the door.
That you are like a brother to me. Now, I have a sister and we fight constantly, so I expect to do that with you.
I hope so.
But I'm glad I have you around still.
Me as well. I like this family. I'd like to keep it.
Don't say another word. I
really
show him
don't-
my ass and I leave.
As soon as he leaves, I come up from the water and go, oh! I thought he'd
So sorry, real quick.
Yeah.
Yeah. Can I talk to you just real fast before we?
Me?
Yeah, like a little further away, like in private.
What?
Don't go too much. I'm single.
Grog. Listen, no.
I'm already seeing someone.
No, I know. Listen, I hate to like beat a dead bush, horse, cow. I hate to beat a dead cow. But like, I really did like that little magic thing I found in,
What little
like,
magic thing,
when we were looting and stuff.
Yeah.
And like, I've been really worried about you, and I know how you like to bargain, right? So I thought maybe I could trade you back for what I found, and I have this little parapet of wound closure, and you've been dying so much, right? And if you wear this and you die, you immediately stabilize on your next turn. I figured that'd be like a good trade.
Do I have to attune to that, Grog?
No,
You're lying.
it's a big word. I don't really know what you're saying. I really liked it. I mean, it made like a magic sword when I touched it.
Grog, and then it gave you a headache.
Yeah, but I can deal with a headache. Look, I won't. I found it, you know.
Grog.
Ah! Grog!
What?
This is awful.
Come on.
No,
Look,
it's so bad for you.
You won't die. You won't die. It's only because I'm looking out for you.
Oh my God! You see how
sweating all over
you see
again.
how hard this is when people want their boots back, when people want their
hands are-
decks back.
Well, I mean,
Don't compare the boots to that deck. Are you kidding me?
It is technically mine. I found it.
You did find it.
Technically somebody else's. You found
We're
it in a
already a
cave full of
cat.
stolen
What
stuff.
do you care what he says?
Grog, you have to
Not
promise
helping.
me you won't pull anything from it. All you can do is hold on to it.
Yeah.
That's all you can do.
Yeah.
You can't look at anything. You have to keep it in its little pouch.
Okay.
I'm not there, I'm not there, I'm not there.
Yeah, I don't look at anything. I keep it in its little pouch. I don't pull anything. I promise.
So you know, in Guardians of the Galaxy, when he gives him that little ball at the end,
Yeah.
can I do that? Can I give him a pouch? Here's your cards back, but don't look at them, Grog. They're really dangerous. All right?
You want to trade?
Yeah, give me the necklace.
Okay, there. I'll take the cards.
Okay. So what are you giving him?
A little pouch.
A little pouch.
That's the shape of the deck of cards.
How do you make the pouch the shape of the cards?
It's maybe not that good of a pouch, but it's Grog.
What are you giving me? What
Make a sleight of hand check with disadvantage.
Okay.
Oh man.
Yeah, everybody saw through it immediately, just so you know.
Well, obviously.
Yeah.
But it's Grog. This is really bad. He's gonna be able to tell.
Go ahead and roll a perception check, Grog.
Me?
Well,
You.
well, Mortal Kombat.
6.
Yes! Oh! The trade is complete. She hands you your deck of cards. She takes her parapet of wound closure.
Oh my god, I'm in so much trouble.
Could I take you aside for a moment?
Of course, my dear. Just kind of walks alongside you as you pull her off a little bit.
We have in our service, in Amon, a wonderful man who has been of great aid in battling the Conclave as well, and we learned recently that he was expelled from Marquette due to crimes in his youth, and was wondering if we could maybe speak in his name and his regard to you to clear his name.
I can see what I can do. What is the name of this gentleman?
Jarrett. His last name.
Hallworth.
Jarrett.
Hallworth.
Landshark.
Jarrett Hallworth?
Hallworth.
Hallworth.
You have
Jarrett
his name?
Hallworth.
Yes.
Of course she does. But
Holy
Killer knows.
Yeah.
Everything down.
I didn't know that he had a name.
Jarrett Howard.
Yes.
Okay, I will go and take this into the archives, discover and see what can be done.
Thank you so much. If you find out anything, will you please send word?
Yes, should we be sending it to Iman as well?
If you could send it to Whitestone,
To Whitestone.
that would be wonderful.
Okay, very well. We have not sent anything to Whitestone before. We will find a way to do
It's an
so.
up-and-coming city, very prominent on Taldori. It's
Very
on
well.
the move.
And would you send Jamon, would you send them our thanks?
I will do this. I apologize, Jamon is not currently taking audiences.
Totally fine.
But I will continue to pass this word on to them.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, and good day. Be pleased.
Beep, beep.
I kneel down next to him and I take the feathers from behind my ear and I start braiding them into his hair. And I say, you were always better at this than I was. But you gave me these feathers in one of my darkest hours to remind me of the beauty in the world. So I'm giving them back to you now because you take the beauty with you. We've done this so many times. We've brought so many of us back, but this feels different, right? I feel as if I'm not speaking to Vax. I feel as if I'm speaking directly to her.
Speak to him.
No. No, he's at her side, but it's being filtered through the Raven Queen. So these are my words to her. I'm here today because of a bargain my brother made with you, so I know you like to make deals as much as I do. He traded his life. He became your champion,
And you spared mine. What a striking champion he is. Long dark hair and a strong, lithe figure soaring over the land in raven feathers and a dark vestige. He set pyres in your honor, set soul after soul to you. He would be ashamed to give that up. Especially now. And I remember the book that I read. Especially now, as Orcus builds his forces against you. The demon prince of the undead seeks to claim your throne. You know this as well as I. We just recently killed one of his loyal servants in the Underdark. Before my brother ever came to your service. Imagine what he could do now. So this is the deal I make with you. You send him back. Allow my brother to come home. And we will seek out Orcus. I will track him down. I will hunt him in whatever pit he resides. And we will destroy your enemy once and for all. What say you?
Make a persuasion check.
$25.
Okay. As it leaps in the air, you just barely see the shadow disappearing into the canopies. You take your final arrow and let loose. How do you want to do this?
Just right between the shoulder blades.
It hits. You think it hit. You don't hear anything. Quiet. And then the heaviest boulder-like impact of its body. One of the forest ground skidding into the mud, hitting another tree. That tree falls on top, and you have to kind of dodge out of the side to make sure that nothing else falls in the area. And then stillness and calm, quiet hits, and the cold finally comes in as the blood is pumping and the adrenaline's hitting you. You felt so warm and you're sweating. At that point, as you're breathing in heavily, you feel the biting cold of the air hitting your lungs, and at that point, the adrenaline begins to subside, and you notice your breath is showing up, and it is a very cold, low mist night now emerging within the forest.
I walk up and I scratch Trinket on the head.
Mm-hmm.
You did real good there, bud. We're not dead.
Mm-hmm.
And I cast Cure Wounds on myself.
All right.
And then I walk over and try to find a fucking trophy on this guy.
Okay, you walk over and you find, indeed, the creature is laid out. It is dead. It is cold. The arrow sticking out of the back. The final blow seems to have hit a very core nerve center of its back. So carve whatever trophy you wish of its body.
I'm just gonna cut his hand off.
Okay, so you eventually pull out a small dagger and
I'm just gonna cut his hand off. No
hack
big.
the hand off. It takes you a little while, but you do manage to get it. And the hand alone probably weighs almost as much as you do.
Oh, jeez.
As big as an ostrich.
This was maybe the wrong sort of trophy to grab. Okay.
Trinket walks over and takes it up in his jaw.
Wow. You're really strong. Did you know that? And I guess I'm gonna, you don't have to carry it just yet because I want to set fire to the body and burn it.
Okay.
I'll use some of the branches from the trees he fucking knocked over to set a fire around.
Okay, you do notice that because this area is very thickly wooded, setting a fire in the middle of the Parchwood Forest, probably not a good idea.
I'm gonna do it in the opening right there. Look at that. I guess I can't because...
Heavy brush.
You try and tug the creature, and even with Trinket's help, this thing weighs like 2 tons.
I feel like as a hunter, I would know how to set a fire to something without setting fucking fire to trees. I'm good at campfires.
Make a wisdom survival check. No advantage on this one. This is you would have disadvantage, so it's negating it.
Terrain.
Roll for
This is survival?
Survival.
18.
18. It takes you the better part of the evening, but you manage to set a very localized flame around this, making sure you have very, very damp moss and bits of wet mud caked around to make sure that the flame doesn't spread. Eventually the body does begin to burn, and by the time you finish and you feel successful, you notice the faint glimmer of morning sun beginning to crest over the mountain.
I bet everyone thinks we're dead. Hey, Pelo. Pelo. I don't know if I'm saying your name wrong. Thanks for that. And I'll be here next time you send something my way.
So bruised, beaten, you and Trinket find your way back to Whitestone. You stumble up just as everyone's kind of coming to consciousness. The worrying has kept you up, and you've been...
I've known that the necklace hasn't gone.
No. And eventually, as you guys are getting breakfast and discussing if anyone had seen you, you watch as Vex'ahlia stumbles in, bloodied, bruised, filthy, and Trinket stumbles in beneath and just kind of chucks this giant gray severed hand of a creature onto the ground.
And she's great with money, and oh look, she's back.
Oh, you look awesome. You look like shit, but you look awesome.
Who has a mimosa?
We all here.
You are. Stop laughing for a minute. You are my best friend. You are my twinnie, and only you know what that means. Hmm?
Mm-hmm. Well, good. It's all right if you go, dear. You'll still be here. I'll still be there. It's gonna suck. Giant dick.
I don't know how to do anything without you.
Yeah, well, you'll learn. You'll learn. You're learning already.
I'm very proud of you.
Are you like gonna get married?
I think you should. I feel like you're gonna do it. I feel like it's gonna happen. I just want to be there for the wedding. Don't like go off in secret and do it, all right? I would be very pissed. I love you. Let me sleep.
Do you need to yak before you go?
No, I'm gonna yak in my sleep. I'm gonna lay on my side.
That sounds bad. Good night. Good night.
As she lays over and almost immediately passes out on the bed, you kind of give a long gaze as you step out of the room, Vax, and you turn out of the corner of your eye. You see very faint movement. And you glance over at the edge of the wall next to the door where you leaned Fenthras against the stone, and you watch as elements of the vines and the curves and the designs of Fenthras seem to almost grow and curl even further. The bow seems to have established a more prominent visual presentation.
You're going to have a very good morning. Good night.
Water.
Do we see any mermaids?
There are no mermaids within this bay that you find. Sorry.
It's okay.
Next vacation.
Although I
Next
turn to
week.
Pike and Vex and I go, hey, underwater tea party.
I'm not doing that shit.
Who did this?
It was either Grog or your brother. Those are really the only two people who could be possibly responsible.
I take off running to his room.
Okay.
I'm not missing this. I'm following.
Okay. Your door's open, Grog. You're just there, kind of sitting down for a second, just grabbing your jug, getting a quick nip before your next nip.
Yeah, mini
and Vex just storms in, heaving mad.
Hey. Oh, hi.
Did you have anything to do with this?
I feel like I should ask what, but the answer's probably yes.
The fucking dogs.
Grog!
He has
I grab him by his bearded beard and drag him back to the
First of all, as you catch up, she comes around the corner and just dragging Grog by the beard behind her.
Oh god, she's going to kill you.
I open the door and throw him in. Don't you do this!
Oh. What the fuck?
The dogs have stopped mating at this point. One of them just comes over and just goes and just bites into your neck. Does nothing. It just kind of just rests there.
Is this your fucking dog?
Is this your fucking dog?
No, where am I gonna get dogs from?
True.
Although I don't think this shit and piss is mine.
That's good.
Yeah.
Can I? What does the room look like? What does our stuff look like? Is it ruined?
Your stuff isn't.
Not the magical items.
The stuff in the closet is probably.
Yeah, it's not because you didn't just leave your stuff on the floor there. You had things put away inside the cabinets and stuff, and the things that were in the cabinets were fine. So most of your general clothing is all right. It's more like your sacks, your anything that was kind of just loose, your boots, all just smell of dog piss.
How did they even get in? I take off to the front desk.
Okay.
Can I let the mastiffs have a couple licks from the alchemy jug full of beer that I was drinking out of?
They do have a lick. Big old mastiff
I'm
tongues.
gonna go find Vax.
Okay. As you rush off to the front counter, you can see Gwath, the half Marquesian, is still there. He's in the process of going through the books and making sure he's keeping everything tidy, and he sees you approach. Oh, hello. Is there anything about it?
Who? Hi.
Hello.
Who is in our room? Did you send anyone to our room?
There was. Yes, there was. It was.
Who was it?
The other one. It looks like he came by and said that he was supposed to put the. We had to send. He said he had to put things in the room for you. I am so sorry. I am so sorry. If this is a problem, we can call the. You wish us to call the guards over here.
Vax! And I take off running. Vax! Where are you? Where are you?
I'm in my room.
I have just turned the corner towards Vax's room. I'm probably just now in eyesight.
I just showered, you guys. Now's not a good time.
Trinket is off with me. We're ready to fucking fight. He's out of my necklace and we're taking off toward Vax's room. Pop into the kitchen.
Okay.
And just tell the staff in the kitchen, obviously, you know, you can make whatever you want. I'm just hoping maybe you don't make it too tasty tonight. Nothing too extravagant. You know, nice but average, right?
The servants that are there, the whole kind of wait staff and kitchen staff, of course, my lady.
Just
at your
nothing great.
A curious request, but one we will fulfill to our greatest ability.
Thank you so much.
Salad, lots of salad.
Lots of salad, lots of very dry sort of
Veggies,
hard
yeah,
meat
bread.
and vegetables, just like
Overcooked
turnips.
chicken.
Lots of turnips, just
Heavy food.
yeah, yeah.
For what?
Oh, well, I've gone into my sister's bedroom and have begun to raid the spring clothing to find the most ostentatious hat I can find and start shoving as many things into it as I possibly can.
Make an investigation check, please.
I was going with you.
Oh.
I had said I went with you.
Yes.
Mostly to get away from the gnomes.
Yes.
So you're both searching?
Yes.
So make an investigation check with advantage.
They're the best.
15.
Okay. It takes you a little bit, and you're being careful not to be too loud, because the last thing you want is Cassandra to come in and watch you tearing through her outfits. But you do find what essentially amounts to a wide-brim captain's hat. It comes to almost like a tri-corner point at the front and curves upward. It's mostly used for costuming purposes. It's reminiscent of masquerade balls. It's used for... You actually recall when she was younger, that was part of masquerade ball where there was a mask with a long nose.
Sure, it'll be very ill-fitting now.
Ooh, are there any ribbons around?
Yeah, you find ribbons easily enough.
Yeah.
I want to tie a big purple giant bow around the
Get a
top
feather
of it.
in there, get the
Yeah.
whole thing really. So it's very hard to lose him.
Make a dexterity check.
I can make a ribbon to see if I can tie a bow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Bowmaster.
Oh, that's a saving throw. This is low, but that's 12.
Okay.
But it's a bow.
Oh no! You successfully create what is a bombastic bow of varying layers that kind of plumes out 3 times. It resembles like ribbon candy almost in the way that it kind of billows out multiple ways, but that it's pinned at the top, so it kind of poofs as it cascades down the sides of the hat.
Are we missing something? I don't know. Is it finished?
A big feather, like a white plumy feather.
I think we probably have a white plumy feather. Oh, wait.
Or any color, really.
Wait. I'm going to look to see if I can find some bells.
Okay. Not in Cassandra's room.
Not in Cassandra's room.
But there is the royal stable not far away,
Yes.
which does have bells available in case they want to have parade accoutrement for the various horses and other
Are these
forded
like
creatures.
jingle bells or like big
Like
bells?
cowbells.
No,
No,
they're like jingle bells.
Okay.
If-
Like jingle bells. All right. I'm actually going to send you on that one since you have the broom.
I'll go.
We'll need 2.
Of course.
I'll find a feather. All right.
All right.
I'm going to just take a quill, basically, and stick it in there. I don't even care.
You're making a derby hat. That's
It's-
appropriate.
I know. It's wonderful.
Yeah.
So yeah, over the next 10 minutes or so between your journey and your finding the proper feather plume, you guys managed to cobble together a delightfully ostentatious hat for Grog's presentery.
We found your tour hat,
Oh, you did?
and it's wonderful.
Oh, great. When do I get to see it?
It was sitting on a special shelf labeled tour hat shelf.
That's lucky.
Yeah, it really was.
Is that it? What you have there, Percy? Is
it out.
that hat?
Yeah, let's see.
Yes, there we are.
Oh, shit!
Magnificent, isn't it?
Wow. This is... It jingles. It jangles. This is an official Whitestone tour hat.
Yeah.
So that we can definitely find you no matter what.
Yeah. Now, haven't there like a long history of distinguished tour leaders before me?
You would think that, but honestly, I don't believe that we've ever had an official tour guide before. You would be starting.
First specs, now you.
Grand Poobah and first tour captain of Whitestone.
Well done. All of this and that.
Fucking...
And that
the
certainly
ranks.
falls under this and that, doesn't
Keep
it?
going up.
Keyleth bows. And I take Vax with me by hitting the back of his knees.
It's customary to show respect by jingling the bell.
As you both bow and you say this phrase, you watch as Johan and Aster are like, they bow low as well.
Yes.
And
Percy, you should tell them the short names for my titles, you know.
I think it's just so much more exciting when you say it.
What was it like? Silly Bean and Sweet Chestnut?
Why not?
Yep.
Grand Poobah of all this and that.
Yeah, please rise. No,
Grand
it's going to
Poobah
be a
of all
lovely day. We have a lot ahead of us. We do. Please.
Jeez, that hat is busier than Kavan's whole fucking...
know, right?
Is it like well balanced?
no, not at all.
Do I kind of have to hold it?
No, here's the thing. It was designed for a much smaller head.
Ooh.
So even for you to get it on, it's like squeezing a tiny rubber thimble over your thumb. So it's like it kind of pops up at the very, very tip. So it holds itself, but it only really covers the very, very top of your head.
I'd be worried about circulation up there, but that's not really a concern.
Definitely think there's something on the other side of this. And this thing is how I think I know that our work is not yet done. I dream about it sometimes. Do you ever come down and just look at it?
To be honest, it intimidates me quite a bit.
What do you see?
What do I see? Can I use my oracle arrow and shoot it into it?
Certainly give it a try. Certainly try.
She can shoot this arrow and
And see through the arrow? Okay.
So like you shoot it into a cave, she can
All right.
What do I do?
Well, go ahead and roll an attack.
Shoot an arrow.
Okay.
Let's back up a bit of a distance.
Yeah. We'll back up as far as we can so I can still hit the thing.
Magical.
It is a magical arrow, and this thing cuts out all the magic. But maybe once it goes through the siphon, maybe I'll still be able to use it.
Well, we can actually get to the edge where magic starts again, and then it might reconnect once it goes
I
through.
don't know.
See what happens.
It's worth the sign.
Yeah, we'll stand outside of the door.
Do you only have one of
Okay.
these things?
I have 2 per short rest.
Yeah.
Go for it. As part of your newly exalted.
Yes.
Okay, don't hold on. Whatever. Well, hold on to that roll, whatever that was.
Okay.
So to get out of the radius, because it basically cuts right into the hallway that leads inside of it. So you have to back out of the chamber into the hallway a few feet and basically get on the ground and aim upwards towards it, and you're going to have to arc over the top of the ziggurat to get in. So this is a shot with a disadvantage.
Sharpshooter?
With a disadvantage. I am sharpshooter.
Wouldn't that nullify that? 3/4 covers means nothing.
Well,
it's just full cover.
Well, what I was going to say is it would have a really high AC with disadvantage. I'm not going to consider it with having a super high AC. It's still a
Okay.
very hard shot.
So disadvantage.
So disadvantage in the shot.
30.
Whoa! Both of them were
Both were
really
high
good.
teens.
It's the critical roll.
It is a critical roll dice.
Oh, come on, baby!
What? I'm so proud of you. I'm so proud of you.
This shouldn't work.
Oh, it shouldn't work, but it did.
I just follow him right out of the room.
Okay, both of them walk out into the daylight, and you follow.
Yes.
Spins around. Yes.
I run up and I hug him.
Okay. Full
Just
body.
a big hug.
He-
And I go down.
Okay. Immediately, instinctively backs up, and you watch as Vex's arms pass through the legs and thighs and grab onto something smaller on the inside.
Motherfucker!
Stop.
Yeah!
Stop. Not here, not here. Let's go somewhere else. Now, let's go.
What?
I have to stay here and keep working on Doty. I understand you're leaving today.
You're not going to come with us.
I cannot. I have to stay and fix Doty and get back to my home. I'm sorry. It's been a pleasure. It's been an honor.
Don't say it's been a pleasure.
No, it's been an honor to have your acquaintance, and I'm afraid I have to return. But perhaps we'll meet again sometime.
I give him a big old hug. And I give him
3 copper.
I don't have any feathers left. I don't think.
Do you have any money?
Give him a drink.
I have no money, Terry.
I need money.
Technically speaking, you've been on salary, so it would have been.
Terry,
Part
well,
owner of a
How about
bakery.
this? How about this? I wrote you a check. Can you just rip it up? I don't think I can pay it ever.
Terry, I ripped it up about 2 weeks after you moved in.
Oh. Thank you. And you have no other money on you.
I open up my pouch and I've got 0 personal gold. Just party funds.
Well, I feel like I should leave you with all of my belongings and all of my magical items. But I need them for my brigade.
Yeah, you know, I
So
understand.
I'll leave you with the seashell crown that who gave me? Grog? No,
Percy.
Percy gave me.
I
No, I
think
want to
he'd
keep
want
that.
you to
I want
have
to keep
that,
that.
yeah,
Yes, yes.
She's got her own.
Do you want the half of a geode rock with a 30 living souls inside of it?
Yeah, give it to me.
That could be very useful.
Thanks, bro.
I mean, I can't use it, but
30 soul rock. Got it. 30.
Seems like it's
30
gonna be-
rock soul.
Fucking soul just sitting in a rock.
Yeah, maybe you know
think
what?
my shit's weird.
Maybe I should have shown that to Pike sometime in the last year.
I will show it to her. I will show it to her.
Yep.
That's just
Yeah,
been
it's
sitting
one
on
of
your
those things
bedside.
that you
hasn't
just
it?
forget
Just like
about.
slowly making the sounds
He just
of
like sucks
crying.
on it every once in a while.
If you get really, really close at night, you hear this like faint. He just puts another pillow over it.
New eternal torment would take so long.
Limbo for a year.
Anything else that you want to? Do you want
I'll
to?
give. And do you think you'll see Percy anytime soon?
I think I might.
When you do, dink, can you give him this little gem for his flashlight? I can't spare many, but that'll give him one flashlight.
Definitely.
He'll have to come back anyway because he doesn't know how to make the ammo for.
How are you going to get Dirty home?
Well, after he's fixed, me and Chod will.
Right.
I guess
Lionel. I think he likes to be called Lionel.
I prefer Chod.
Yeah.
I think we'll just set off the old-fashioned way. You know.
See who you pick up along the way?
Ooh. That could be chapter 1 of the new book.
Exactly.
Yes. A new hope. Something like that. I don't know.
I like it. It's epic. Ooh, catchy.
Yes.
Working title.
Yes. Well, I'm not going to say have fun because you're going to a terrible place.
We might not make it out alive.
But
if you talk to my brother, that's what he says. I mean, he says it every time.
I never said that.
if you die, I will be very upset. And hey, if I die, your thing will glow, so that'll be good.
Same.
Yeah.
So we'll know.
I'll see you sometime in Wildmount.
Of course we'll come visit you.
All right.
I love you so much.
You too. Take care of your hair. You know, you shouldn't wash it as often as you do. It just makes it dry and flaky.
The oil is helpful.
Yes.
Thank you.
Get it trimmed every 2 weeks.
Right.
And have someone comb it.
Yeah, I probably should do that, huh?
It's really disgusting sometimes.
Okay. I'll brush it 100 brush strokes every night, just like you.
Thank you. All right. Goodbye. I'll see you soon, little elf girl.
Bye, Goldie.
I am genuinely impressed. I'm excited. And I would like for you to remain to watch my ascension. But far be it from me to rob anyone of a fine death. So come. Come and be the next sacrifice for the new age.
You're a dipshit.
Vex, as you just got back into consciousness,
Had to talk, dude.
he's going to reach out with a flame bolt.
Apparently it's because I called him a dipshit when he was talking to us.
You did blurt that out.
You did. You did kind of taunt him.
He is a dipshit.
You're a dipshit.
I'm going to say, before he does his cantrip, I'm going to go, you can go ahead and live forever, but you'll still be fucking ugly the whole damn time.
Watches in the center of the chamber, a second star seems to be birthed before you, this bright point of light that begins to swell. In equal intensity as the head of the Dawn Father himself, as a flash, consumes the chamber, and there before you, you see now, reborn, hair scattered back, intact, slowly descending, eyes closed, consciousness not yet drawn from within. Vex'ahlia, as her feet touch the ground and she falls to her knees, she breathes in. Your eyes open. You look around and see the faces of your friends, your family. And you're immediately aware of the presence of the entity behind you. As you spin and look, whereas once there was a burning star, and to the rest of you, you see the painful, endless light that averts your gaze. It doesn't hurt your eyes as much. And you can see the faint features, the soft cheeks, the hairless head, and the bright, warm eyes of he who brings the dawn. And you can see the smile there behind the light. There is hope. Get your blessing of the Dawn Father.
No! Percy walking with me?
Yeah.
Yes, they are.
I just whip out my flute and I just start going. Do, 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 do,
Oh, he may have heard.
do, 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 do.
You heard?
I thought you were going to die. I may have panicked.
Wait.
We were asked to plead for your life, and I may have panicked.
Who did you tell? First of all, who did you tell?
Some deity.
Look at your shirt.
Tell her.
What?
Tell her.
I panicked.
Percy.
I panicked. There was a giant glowing sun, and I may have panicked. I didn't tell them. Well, I was a bit vague, but I was not.
A bit vague?
I
Scanlan, what did he say?
Well,
Oh no!
you know, first comes love.
Don't be.
Then comes marriage.
Mm-hmm.
I may have hinted that we might have eloped. May have hinted.
Wait, you're married?
I may have hinted.
Wait, no, you said you were betrothed to be married.
Betrothed.
Wait,
I
you're
didn't
married?
say to be married.
Oh wow, you just spilled it.
Silence. Go to silence.
Scanlan, I mean, I don't blame you. I don't. I just, this seems to be coming out of nowhere, and he's married.
This is true.
To me, and I will cut you, all right?
I feel like I don't want to go to sleep.
I know. We need to, though.
Like it's weird to say goodnight, right?
We can totally take this guy. Fuck it. We're not going down.
Yeah.
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 Yeah, maybe he won't be.
Doesn't know when it's gonna hit him.
Exactly.
They're the
Fucking-
shits.
Yeah. Fuck him. Yeah.
It's been a while. All right.
We've got other gods on our side. He's a fucking half-ass god.
Yeah.
That's true.
That's right. And you're not going anywhere. So good. 15 plus 2 is 17. 17 plus 8, 25, 30 plus the blazing bowstring. 37. That's everything, right?
Did you do your +10 for the sharpshooter?
47 for sharpshooter.
Hunter's mark?
47. I didn't have hunter's mark yet.
47 points of damage with the sharpshooter. How do you want to do it?
Get it, girl! Get it, girl!
Point that finger.
She was reaching out for that dimension door. Yeah.
Yes!
So, as you see her hand reaching out, and you see her fingers tracing the incantation in the air as Silas's hand reaches outstretched for hers.
No, you don't.
I point my finger down at her, so I'm about to shoot the arrow. And then as it shoots, I just keep pointing at her like, how's it feel, bitch? How's it feel? And I'm gonna fly down to Valora.
Go faster.
Yeah, but brother.
Next, I'm right after you. All right.
Yeah, but I'm before you and I saw her fall.
Your call.
So, you dart down
It's not like I want to do it.
with the broom. You can get to her, but it'll take your movement and your action.
Yeah, I'll get her.
Okay.
I'll get her.
You swoop down, manage to grab her body, and you have her now in your arms.
Is she awake?
No.
Do I see?
I think that I would like to start a very complicated art project that's going to take many, many, many years. I'm not going to work on it all the time, day and night, but I'm going to invest some time in this.
Are you going to be in your shop a lot?
No, I'm going to build a clock tower, like the one in Prague. And I'm going to take many years, and it's going to sit at the front of the castle, so it'll be outside, and there'll be other people working on it. And it will, as a proper clock does, it will tell our story once a year. Everything will play out.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
That's good.
And we may start inviting other
tinkering artisans every year for Whitestone to come show off things that are not necessarily useful, but to show off fanciful inventions and things that are beautiful. And
I love that idea.
but let's not stay here too often.
No, although we will have to stay here for 9 months.
I'm aware.
Every once in a while. Because I think we should rebuild the families that we've lost.
There's a lot of names. Yes.
So many names.
So many names.
How many names?
So many ways to irritate your father.
5 names?
Oh, at the very least.
5.
Yeah.
That's a lot of names. Yeah.
Very long names.
That's at least 3 sets of twins.
Right.
Jesus.
I definitely want to build a statue to Trinket, the Wonder Bear, who...
Is he dead?
No, Trinket's around, but just so centuries of people in Whitestone will remember their mascot, Trinket.
He prevents forest fires. Yeah.
As the years pass, we should start a festival. And bears will be everywhere.
There will be bears will be involved in the
I
festival,
like it.
obviously, especially since the clock tower is part of the festival, and bears do
Yeah.
feature heavily.
Perfect.
Only you can prevent the rise of Vecna.
I was hoping to
Stop, drop, and get in the fucking necklace.
never stop attempting to contact Vax through the temple of the Raven Queen. And,
You do notice that the raven population of Whitestone seems to be perpetually seeing blooms every year, far more than it used to.
I cast speak with animals on them, and I constantly try to communicate with him.
I mean, they all seem to be ravens, happy to live in this space, but it seems to be more just, in essence, the vicinity more than a specific raven.
Would you be all right if we increased the Pelor temple here?
Yes, I trust your judgment. It is not for me, but I'm definitely am all right with anything that makes you happy.
Thank you, darling.
To be fair, you do it anyway.
Pretty much, yeah.
I help Cassandra as best I can. I think at least once a year we get out and do something irresponsible.
Definitely.
Maybe sometimes drag these kids
Oh, yeah.
out for shenanigans.
Cassandra is a note, by the way.
Please.
She's had a few pretty difficult brushes with death. And the experience has definitely left a mark on her. Within the year following the battle with Vex'ahlia, she begins to remind you of yourself at a very dark time. And recognizing that you come to her and help pull her from the dangerous edge of lashing out at the place she's worked so hard to build. And you help her realize that this guilt she's been holding as being a tool of manipulation the times that she has been is not her fault, and used against the one she loves. And in that determination to no longer be a tool for others to use, she asks Vex to teach her and train her. To not just be the Lady Beacon of Whitestone, but also join in as one of its protectors.
You showed some good promise a long time ago.
That was some time. But I've seen what you can do, and I deign to think of how dangerous the three of us would be if I could reach your level.
I'll make you strong, darling.
We also insist that she leave Whitestone at least once a year for a period of time to do fuck all.
Yeah. There's a beautiful place called Dalen's Closet.
Well,
If you would allow it.
It's not, well, yes, there's the, well.
Anything else? You guys happy with that?
I am content to make a clock tower and make art and never make another weapon. I'm good.
All right.
I have make Whitestone the tits written in my notes of things that I want to do.
It's pretty tits.
It's pretty tits.
It's got a bear.
You guys are doing okay.
It's got. I'm imagining the bear from Burning Man actually.
Penny bear.
Yeah,
Penny bear.
Penny bear.
There you go.
I like it.
Yeah.